coming up in our quest to go from this to this. For this, I used my kindergarten skills, make some more holes, get excited, yay. Use CAD skills again.
Use my CAD skills to cardboard aided design for those that don't know.
And I throw things
On the side, but there it goes.
and we finally figure out where everything needs to go.
So we just decided, like I was saying in the last episode, cut this back. So I have cut this wood back. Mav from By the Horns sent me one of these. Now he doesn't have one for an 88 because it's quite different than the rest of them, but he had a one that was cut up incorrectly, bent the wrong way, whatever, for another model. I think the 5000S. But anyways, doesn't matter. I'm just taking it and I'm carving it up to kind of see how everything fits. So as you can see, the cutouts for it are a little different. You know, mine's got a lighter and then just two sockets for basically the doors, and then vents here, and then their HVAC goes in here. So in looking at this, I've just mocked it up, just mocking up the height with cardboard and such to get everything in the right general area. And then I put this piece back on. You can see there's a big gap there. That is because of the part I cut out before. This used to come up here and come straight across, you know, basically right over. So we've cut it back. Now this piece that I took off is there's a wing that was on there before. This here wing. You see, you know, if we just extended that a little bit, we're in the ballpark. Just drop the face of the dash back on there just to get a sense of where everything's going to land. We'll have to blank all this stuff out and then kind of rebuild it over again. But it still serves as a good template. I think we got lucky. The angle's pretty close from here to here. It's off a little bit, but that's okay. There's a filler piece, this piece, that needs to go over there, and it's going to be wider than what this one is. So it'll come over, fill this up, and I can make it, kind of tune it to what we need to do. I think it'll look good. Should work out good. I think all the buttons are going to fit in there. Going to be tight for the vents and getting some air through these vents. And I think we can jiggy it. It may not be super powerful as it used to be from these two. It might be, say, half of what that was, but we'll have two vents that'll be over on the corners here that we're adding, and they'll have vents hose directly to them. So that'll make up for it. So the next step is we're really close for the HVAC hitting in here. It's going to hit pretty close to this support bar that's here. So we might have to cut out some of the support bar or move it back altogether. Might be easier just to move it back altogether. And then on the sides of the support bars, they need cut out as well to fit the HVAC. So as I was saying in the last episode, couple episodes ago, I can't remember. Don't want to weld. I think there's no way around it. I got to weld. I can't leave those. I can't cut these bars because they're part of the structure. I got to put something back in. And Blake was saying he could probably TIG it. You know, he's going to have to be in some pretty weird positions to be able to TIG it from here, but that'll keep sparks, heat down. It's not close to the carpet, so close so we can move the wiring out of the way. Okay, maybe we go that route. We'll see. We've got mocked up our center console. Blake had bent this up for me just out of some metal, and we just still got to put some supports in there because it's pretty flimsy now. It's all cut out, obviously, so but that's not a big deal. Everything now fits. I cut all those holes out myself, fitted all the buttons, and vents, and the HVAC, so it all fits in there now. So it's not hard mounted in. I've just got it taped up. It'll mount up into this dash, but we got to add some more metal to the dash up here for it to mount. And then basically probably something to support it here and then we bolt it in over here underneath. So that'll be done later, and then I gotta paint this, prime it, all that good stuff. So I'll do that later. Right now what I need to do is get this wiring all out of the way so that we can see how much room we have for the vents, what we can actually do with the vents. Prep the wiring for the switches that are going here. I'd like to try and get this dash off and start filling up all these holes that are in here now and changing that side so that we can get it all of our new vents put in and the leather work and basically begin once we finish doing this. So I'm going to start with wiring, which I won't bring you guys along for, but that's what I get to start with. Yay! All right, as you can see, I got everything back in here. We got the console back in. I didn't bother putting the gate back on. I know it's all good. I mounted back in the put our mounts in basically for the console, center console piece here, and then put her cap back on here, and you can see we've got this all like welded up and filled it all in for me now. So I just gotta figure out the other pieces and other holes that I need to put back in it. So with this, I put the side bolsters here back on, these covers, and then as you can see, I've used my CAD skills to cardboard aided design for those that don't know. And that would have basically fit in there and up into that spot there. So what I'll end up doing is I'm going to use this to come up with a new piece that's going to fit over this, and basically come along here, fill in this, and then it'll be wrapped in leather. And I'll do it on both sides here. So that's basically what I need to get done. And this is already mounted up. I marked the holes up in here, or where to drill into this to mount the top of this up so it won't be tape holding it up. So that I can, when I take it all off, I can drill holes, put some speed nuts, or might weld a nut to the back of it. We'll see. What's next? I guess I'll just lay out where all the new holes have got to be. Blake has made the new piece that goes in here. And some of you may have noticed, this is all threaded up now. Got our shift knob all finished, and it's got the threads on it. So it will go in. I'm not going to put it in all the way right now and screw it all the way down. So for now, it goes right down to here. And we can make it shorter if we wanted to later. So for now, I've left it a little bit on the long side, but there it goes. By scale, I was doing it by the number of shifters in the picture. You could kind of see there's 2 1/4. That's how I came up with the height. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. Okay, I see. I got it. No scratches. We're good. Well, as you see, I got everything back in here so I could see how it all kind of lays out. I've finished my CAD designs on the dash here. You can see I've got the right panel. We've got the glove box panel in. We've got where our radio is going to be going, clock that I got to build, the new part that Blake made for those 5 switches that goes across here. Over down here on my end, got the vent, and we've got the dimmer switch, and then the 3 warning lights. Over on the far right too, we've got the other vent that just fits in there. Now, compared to the original, it's a little farther away from the corner than what the original did, but I've got structure behind there so that I'm not going to touch. So that's why it's weird. It's not bad. I think you'll see there's a little gap, about a 1/2 inch gap here going along the bottom, and that's just to give definition to the kind of L shape in the corner there. So that's it. It all fits in. It's going to work, and that's what I need to do. I need to know where to make all these knockouts and how to build everything in proportion. I've got it all now. So now I get to take it all apart.
And a quick shout out to Mav at By the Horns for sending me some of these drawings that kind of give me an idea of where everything, the proportions needed to be. It was a big help. And with that wraps up this episode. I'm going to finish cutting out the rest of these openings that we need. And basically, I'm ready to start wrapping. And that's coming up next.